I started my YouTube channel because of something so random and yet deeply touching. It's something I find myself thinking about almost at an everyday level, and it moves me almost every single time. So I'm actually a writer by profession. I love to read and write. I read so heavily, non-fiction, fiction, everything. And I actually came across a study that was all to do with the regrets of elderly people. And there are two aspects that really struck a chord with me and led to the most intense mental shift ever. Firstly, the fact that elderly people really regret having this fear of change, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and just letting that take over their mentality and shape so many of their decisions, to the extent that they held back from pursuing so many of their passions and their interests. And I just thought to myself, that's how I'm living my life right now. I had been thinking about starting YouTube for the longest time. I love the creativity of this platform and all social media platforms, and yet I was just so afraid of being perceived, of being judged, of being just analysed by people in the public eye. And I don't know, it was just holding me back in so many ways. The second thing that a lot of elderly people really regretted was not expressing their true feelings, whether it was because of fear of confrontation, fear of rejection, or even a fear of loving too much or too deeply, or expressing that love to parents or siblings. I mean, it's something that I honestly think that the vast majority of us don't do enough of. And honestly, it just made me so emotional, and it moved me to think about this, and it really made me analyze my current behavior and think of it in the sense that if I carry on like this, what will my future look like? And I realized that I will also have all of these regrets when I'm older, and I don't want to have such regrets in my old age. And honestly, that is what propelled me to just go for it on YouTube, because it was such a dream of mine for so long. And I just realized I can do it. I honestly have to just do it, and it was so empowering. One of the most liberating things I've ever done. I honestly have less than 1,000 subscribers, and it's already changing my life in so many ways, and I am about to delve into that right now. Firstly, YouTube is helping me to live as the most authentic version of myself. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. At every single stage of my life, I have practically always been that really shy, awkward brown girl, and at every single stage I've wanted to reinvent myself and break free of this stereotype, or this like limiting belief that I had of myself, of just being in a very specific way. And I failed. I failed when I went to university. I failed when I even started work. Being a student at the University of Oxford, I had serious imposter syndrome. I was not from an upper class family. I'm not white. And I just had this vision in my mind that there was a certain type of student from a certain kind of class background that studied at Oxford. It wasn't only that, it was a lot of insecurity within myself about my own capabilities, my own self-esteem, and these various things really combined together to create, I would say, an unhealthy mindset where I placed lots of limiting beliefs on myself, and I was so afraid to just express myself. And I think about it now and I'm like, why didn't I just, you know, go for it in certain classes and certain tutorials, seminars? Why was I so closed off? I could have really just expressed my thoughts on various readings, and I think people would have loved to engage with me. I guess that confidence and that self-belief kicked in a bit later in life, but one of the things that's really starting to contribute towards that self-belief and confidence is actually YouTube, because when I sit here and I record myself, I am not able to be anyone else other than myself, and I'm putting this out into the world, and I know I'm not really getting many views, and that's totally okay. It's just the very act of putting myself out there and not letting the fear of judgment, fear of being perceived, fear of being, I would say, even, you know, disagreed with or even hated on. There are obviously haters on the internet. Like, not letting any of these fears, or the fear of the unknown, or the fear of failure, not letting any of these fears hold me back. That within itself is honestly so empowering. That within itself is reason enough to start a YouTube channel. The second thing YouTube is really helping me with is the art of perseverance. Honestly, you need so much mental resilience to succeed at literally anything in life. You will have to put in the work. Whether you want to be physically fit, you have to put in that work at the gym. If you want to be well spoken, you really have to read widely. You have to practice the art of being articulate through speaking, through putting yourself out there for various opportunities. If you want to build a business or a brand, you have to, you know, do your market research. You have to like build up your knowledge. You have to, it's so much trial and error. You have to fail. You have to, you know, see the things that aren't working. It's just part of the process. And I feel as though I have really struggled with mental resilience and perseverance in the past. I would, after failing a few times, generally give up and think, oh my gosh, maybe this isn't for me. That is actually what happened with my profession as a writer as well. I really have always just loved the written word since I was a child. I would always ask for novels as gifts for birthdays and for any special occasions in my life. And I remember just wanting this and dreaming about this so intensely. And yet when I tried to write a book as a fairly fresh graduate, I was rejected. And then I wrote another book that was also rejected. And then I tried to get another book published that was also rejected by literary agents and publishers. And at that point, after 3 books, I was ready to give up. I just thought it wasn't supposed to be for me. And it was after I really spoke back to that fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and I replaced all of that I would say darkness, because it's a really dark place to be in, to have this dream and to keep getting sort of knocked down, getting your hopes up and getting knocked down. I really had to build my mental resilience, and it was the best decision ever to keep going and not let the dark thoughts pull me down, because I finally managed to get a publishing deal with my dream publishing house, Penguin Random House. And this was just such a big lesson for me. Sometimes your dreams take a very long time, and it's actually, I know you're gonna hate hearing this, but sometimes it's for you, it's for your benefit. Because if I'm completely honest with you, if I did get a publishing deal as a fresh graduate, I would not have the skill set that I have now to, like, you know, I have now today. I would not have maybe put in that effort, put in that energy, put in those hours to really hone my craft as a writer, to come up with varying storylines, to do better research, to just have that mental resilience to keep going. It is one of the most powerful skills to have. And if you look at YouTube, you need so much perseverance. You need so much mental resilience to keep putting yourself out there, video after video, even with minimal views and, you know, very few subscribers. You're just doing it to, I guess, build up your skill, to build up your ability to speak to the camera, to build up your confidence, to build up your ability to write scripts and be engaging and to engage an audience. None of this stuff happens like this. I don't think anyone has a YouTube career that just materializes instantaneously, unless of course you're a celebrity or something. You're not going to get subscribers overnight. It's something that you have to work for, and honestly, it's something that I've learned is the secret to success, to have that perseverance. And I am learning so much of it from YouTube. It's not just the perseverance to keep doing the same thing again and again, it's the perseverance to improve my editing skills, improve my speaking skills, improve my scripts, and to learn about so many different systems. There's just so much going on behind the scenes, and I've learned to enjoy it. And the truth is that it doesn't matter what you want to do in your life, it's going to require hard work, perseverance, and that sense of dedication to just keep showing up day after day, even on the days that are not so good, even on the days that you don't feel so motivated or you don't feel so hopeful. It's just the act of showing up that is so empowering, and that over time builds up to something amazing. So YouTube for me is literally a manifestation of life, of having to work hard to get somewhere. So yeah, I'm just excited to see where this journey takes me. The third way in which YouTube is completely changing my life is that it is enabling me to have this space to unleash my creative energy. Okay, honestly, YouTube is so different from every other social media platform in the sense that long form content is the main form of content over here. I know there are now shorts on YouTube, but still I would say the vast majority of people are here for long form content, and that is not something that you really associate with Instagram or TikTok or any other platform as much. I love the fact that you have that space on YouTube to just express yourself and make longer videos in which your personality can really shine through, in which you don't feel so restricted to 15 seconds or 60 seconds where you just have to, you know, grab people's attention. It's more about that longevity. It's more about storytelling. It's more about sharing knowledge. I just think it's such an incredible platform, and it's probably my favorite platform, and it's such an incredible space to be in, to truly tap into the depths of your creative power bank and energy and really utilize it to connect with other people on a deeper level. So the truth is that not many people in my physical life have the same interests in me. Out of all of my siblings, of which I actually have 3, none of them are into reading. I am the only one who likes to read books. So growing up, it was actually a little bit lonely for me in this respect. I didn't have anyone I could bond with books over. And now the fact that I started posting about books on YouTube, it's enabled me to start building this community where hopefully I'll find like-minded people who have a love for fiction and non-fiction alike. So YouTube has really become that space for me, that really just safe, open, fluid space where I can truly express myself with regards to everything I'm passionate about, whether it's books, content creation, self-development, mental health, all the things that honestly usually I would just keep to myself and not express to really anyone in my life. Now I'm literally expressing it to the world, and it feels really good. The next thing I want to talk about is influence and impact. YouTube can really help you have an impact on people. Honestly, you never know who's going to come across your video, and it's happened with me. There have been times in my life where I have felt so low, and I've come across a YouTube video that felt like it was made just for me, and it provided me with so much comfort and just this sense of there being someone out there in the world who understands, who gets it, who's got the same struggles and who's overcome them, and who's on the other side, who is just kind of holding my hand and letting me like helping me get through this stage and letting me just have that sense of confidence that I will get through. And even though they're strangers making videos online, you start to connect with them, and it creates this amazing sense of, I would say, empathy, understanding about the varying aspects of the human condition that a lot of the time we end up going through in a way that feels quite lonely and I would say quite depressing as well. YouTube is a space where you can just see what people like, the true things that people go through behind the scenes, and that is just so uplifting. So YouTube really enables you to have a voice, and you never know how empowering or moving or impactful that voice is going to be for someone, and there's just so much joy in knowing that. I may be a small YouTuber, but I've already had some incredible comments and some amazing people reaching out to me just telling me how much of an impact my videos are actually having on them, how much of a positive impact, and that is just so incredibly touching, and it makes me so happy. And that is what's going to keep me going even on the days where I feel as though I'm, you know, really struggling, because YouTube can be challenging. I'm not going to romanticize it. It is a lot of hard work, and it is about learning different softwares and learning about how the algorithm works and how you can really hone your craft as a video maker. It's a lot that goes into it, but I think when you know your purpose, your vision for it, for your channel, then it just keeps you going, and you feel so excited about the prospect of having this opportunity. I don't really think of it as I have to make YouTube videos. I think of it as I get to make YouTube videos. The last point I want to mention is the fact that YouTube really helps you to document your journey. It is such a powerful form of self-reflection for me now. I actually really love journaling, and this has almost started to feel like digital journaling for me. I love the thought of being able to look back on these videos, maybe even in 10-20 years time, and just being like, oh my god, that was me at that age, and I was doing this, I was like at this stage of my life, and this is what I sounded like, this is what I was passionate about. And oh my god, like, it's getting me so excited to even just think about not even other people watching my videos, but me, like future me, looking back at younger Anam and being like, oh my god, yeah, like she did it, she put herself out there. And I just love knowing that I'm capturing all of these thoughts, these moments, these videos that I can eventually reflect back on, and I can just see myself, my journey, my evolution, and hopefully be really proud of it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you will consider starting your very own YouTube journey, or if you have already started it, to stick through it, because honestly, in so many ways, it's not necessarily about other people or the views or even the money. It's about you building something amazing. The other stuff will come anyways. If you just focus on building and nourishing something that you're proud of, that you're excited about, that you're passionate about, and that really just is so authentic to you, that way your personal brand will almost build itself. You just need to keep doing what feels authentic and right to you, and never ever give up. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, like, comment. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.